right, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon on the virtual expo of Moneyshow, we've got Harry Boxer, who is the author of the TechTrader.com, a real-time diary of his trading ideas and market analysis. He has more than 50 years of Wall Street investment and technical analysis experience, including 8 years as chief technical analyst with 3 brokerage firms. Mr. Boxer was the winner of the 1995 and 1996 Worldwide Internet Stock Market Trading Contest, the Technical Analysis Challenge. Harry, we're so happy to have you this afternoon. The floor is yours.
Thank you for inviting us, and love to be here. And everybody, thanks for being here, and I look forward to perhaps seeing some of you on my website. Here's a quick picture of the main screen of the TechTrader.com. And what you'll see when you log in, and just start a free trial, folks, for 2 weeks for free. No credit cards. Just want you to be part of the site and take a look at what we do every day. Part of what we do is the trading room. And you'll see constant updates from myself and lots of the traders in my room, hundreds of people sharing their insights and willing to collaborate with you guys, with each other. And it's a terrific place to be with fantastic ideas. I just want you to see this. That's what you get. Along with constant, nonstop daily webinars. I come on pre-market, do a webinar, create a focus list, show you what the stocks were trading in the morning. And part of what I'm going to show you today is some of the stocks that we put up this morning early on when we created a focus list and how well they did or how they did during the trading session. But if you come in for free for 2 weeks, you get a real idea for it. And many people make enough money in the free 2 weeks to pay for the first year or 2 subscription. So it's because it's not that expensive. So let's take a quick look at the TechTrader.com website and what I do every day. I also want to point out that your guys are seeing my charts all day. When I come in the morning, I will share a focus list of stocks that I think are good trading ideas. Now this morning, and I want to point this out, ABOS popped and formed a bull coil, which is one of the main patterns I look for every day. As soon as I saw the market open this morning and this stock started to move, it created a wedge. I put a pre-market buyout. As early as 7 a.m. this morning, the stock was trading at 674. And it was 940, folks, at 718. And for the rest of the day, we put out some excellent exit points there and there. Both were achieved. The stock came down, broke back out again, and later in the day, I put another day trade out. And as you can see, subsequently, the stock made a move from where the day trade secondary idea was put out around the $8 range to cross $10 late in the session. Got up to 1036, I think it was, but a fantastic day trade for the tech traders, having gone from literally under 6 to over 10 just today. Net on a day, this stock traded 52 million shares, closed trading in right now after hours at 980, up 510, 108%. And the volume percentage difference was 41,000% more volume than average. Take a look at the daily chart. So, and the other thing that was really interested in is when I saw this base pattern that developed in nearly a year explode through resistance, and that resistance was around the 689 range. And as soon as I saw it go through 690, I knew the stock was headed higher. But boy, what a move from 690 to 723 during the course of the day. And in just 2 sessions, the stock's gone from 4 to 10, 150% since yesterday morning. So we look for momentum on my site. I look for the kind of chart patterns that I think are day tradable. One of the themes of this virtual webinar the last couple of days is profitable trading during a tough time in the market, when the market's in a bear phase. But I want to point out, no matter how bad the market is, every day, 10, 20% of those stocks are up. Even on the worst days, you'll get a few hundred stocks up and a couple thousand, a few thousand down. And I look for those stocks that are trending up and down. Now, we also go short. Today, I didn't put out any shorts because I thought the market was so extremely oversold. And that's why I put out a bunch of longs today. Another long with PRTA. Now check this out. Another pop in coil. And by 6:30 a.m. in the morning, when the market was just really getting going, this thing popped through 43. I put a buy on it with a target of 50. Well, it reached 52. It then consolidated for a while before the market opened, then popped. Right at the get-go, when the market opened and pulled back and started to move, we put a buy on it at 52 again. It went vertical to 59 in a very short period of time. My target was 59. I think the exact high was 59.17. So pretty much nailed the high on that one. And you can see the rest of the day. Now, here it is late in the day. We have 25 minutes to go, and the stock's first breaking out again through a triple quadruple top and out of a coil. This is what we call a little bull wedge, excuse me, right there. And anytime you pop, break out, and retest and go again, often we'll see the stock spike. So look for this one to have a late run. BIIB, monster move pre-market, check it out, exploded. And when it pulled back from the little wedge here, we put a buy on it. It formed a little falling pattern. We'll call it a falling wedge. Popped out. There was a buy there about 280. The targets were 290 and 98. The high was 308 and exploded. And you can see what it did after, not too much. Another perfect example, BIAF. Exploded, pulled back and formed the wedge. And when the wedge broke out, we put a buy on it. It was a very, very solid, quick buy. As it ran through 320. And not too long after, it was 423, more than $1, and a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, on a fifth wave, I always tell everybody the fifth wave of volume is the place to exit a stock. The stock exploded to 393 from the breakout point, just over 322. A 70-cent pop on a $3 stock, more than 20%. I don't think it took half an hour. QTRX was the stock we put out after it popped and put back and filled it from the flag, broke out right there. At 9:35, I put a buy on it. My target was 10 and 10 3/4. It reached 11:02 actually, and it's pulled back and still consolidating bullishly. But what a nice day for that one, up 31%. Another day trade we put out was KLXE. Again, this is one of those days, just coincidentally, that the market had a monster day on many stocks that we follow and that and form the patterns we like were day trades. KLXC exploded, imploded, but when I say imploded, exploded and pulled down hard, formed the perfect bull wedge. And when it came to the top of that wedge right there, we put a buy on it at around 610. It immediately popped to 662 and then coiled for an hour, ramped up to 682, and eventually within the next 90 minutes, spiked up. Now, after that move is where I said exit the stock at around 7.25, hit 738. But a move from 6 to 7.25, certainly a nice day trade. And then OX, this is a stock I really like. I've recommended it many times. Nanox is an Israeli X-ray manufacturer without the X-ray per se. In other words, imaging without X-ray is pretty cool. So this morning it just went vertical, 984 to 1253. I didn't touch it. It formed the falling wedge. I said it might be a buy if there's volume. It popped out, didn't get volume, but then it turned around here and broke out. When it got above this level, above 11 is where we put a swing on, a day trade on it. And then again, when it popped this level at about the 11.75 range, I said this could be possibly 12.75. And it didn't quite make it. It got up to 1258, but at the end of the day here, reached 1270, pretty close. Still on the day net up 22.5% on 2.4 million, 400% volume increase. And you can see this big spike out over 2 moving averages at lateral resistance here. Maybe one of the reasons why it's hesitating. But if you look at the overall structure, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline, followed by a ramp up volume. And if we get this one through, this is something to watch through 1274. I think the stock is going to be a 14 and it's $15 stock short term. TOPS popped ahead of falling wedge and broke out. Put a day trade on it around 280. Spiked 385. Did it very quickly. My target was 395. It didn't quite make it, but you can see how it pulled back down and then it was stopped out right there underneath that low. ACIU popped, but was very choppy, and I didn't put a day trade on it, but it worked out. DNA. When this one took off, especially when it broke through there, that was the buy. 318. Nonstop to 341 and then eventually making up to 345 in a beautiful ascending bull coil, looks even higher. Denali was put out as a day trade immediately after it popped and formed a little wedge. When this wedge broke, we put a day trade on it. I remember this one as 29.75. Within a couple hours, it was 33.83. My target 33.75, 34, right on the target. And now it pulled back, but you can see late in the day it's moving. Big day in the market. Let me show it to you. Dow up 615 and running. S&P 82 and NASDAQ 100 up 248. And that's with Apple down 2 points on a day. You'll note that all my stocks on my market minder are up today. I want to, in particular, highlight a little stock many of you may not have heard of called Origin Agritech, Seed. Look at this daily chart. Now, here's a stock that's extremely thin and volatile, but it's had many, many big runs here from under 3 to nearly 14, and then wedged and broke out and went from 8.75 to 28. A left shoulder head, right shoulder developed. The stock backed off, but I'm convinced that this stock is going to extremely higher. Once he gets up above 12, 12.25, you can buy all you want, but it's going to be thin. So now's the time to start accumulating it, in my opinion. I don't think the stock has any downside under $8. That's my opinion. APRN was a swing. We do a lot of swing trades at techtrader.com. When it broke out here, I put a swing on it. It was an immediate target hit. And then it came down and hit secondary target there before collapsing. But it's on its way back up and up sharply. Today's action was the following. Once it broke out over there, I put a day trade on it over 545. Currently trading over 6. 615 was a high. And we're not even closed yet. This might very well ramp up late in the day. Beautiful chart. I was very high on the gold sector this morning when I saw them pop. JNUG, when it popped right here in this little pattern from the rising flag, very bullish with big volume. We went long as soon as it broke out over 22.75 and currently at 24.5, a nice little day trade, along with Nugget, the other ETF in gold I follow. Pop flag, you see it, there's your breakout. And from 22.80 to 24.10, 11 range. Nearly every day in this room, we trade LABU. It is extremely volatile, and if you catch the trend, you can make money every day. I always say buy the dip, sell the rip on this one. For example, dip, rip, it dipped again, and it ripped this time from 630 to 766. Now this morning, after it popped and formed this little coil right there, upon the breakout there is where I put a day trade out at 697. And here it is at 767 for about 70 cents or 10%. And it's still trending. And I think we're going to be $8 tomorrow, most likely. Now, the builders group, obviously, would think with home building and with interest rates rising, they wouldn't be doing well. But they got so smashed that they needed to rebound. And a lot of short covering, I believe, came into it today. Look at this perfect parallel down channel. And so back up into that zone, closer to 27.8 would be my target. Intraday, you can see where it is, substantially below that. And making new highs for the day, up 3.5 points today. All the little gold, junior golds did well after popping sharply to open up. They all flagged and then they went higher and they're still looking good. This one's up 12.5%. That's Eldorado. In the silver sector, EXK popped and formed the flag and kept going. That's up about 13% as well. Here's one to keep your eye on, folks. EPOW, extremely volatile, thin, and can be explosive. A big bullish engulfing day today, dipping to 250 and ripping to 319. Currently 312. I believe this is a $6 to $7 stock short term.